Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coach Awidi. I pray that you're well. You know, most likely you've been watching my videos and I've been talking about exercise, but yet you're still on painkillers, you are on different drugs, medication, because you are refusing to actively activate your life. You know, of late I've been talking about activation. You know, when we talk about emotions, emotion simply means energy in action, you know, in motion. And if you're not able to regulate your energy, the negative energy in your life, you will not go far. Activation is simply making life happen. And there are a few principles that I want to share with you today. You remember in the Bible, there's a parable of the talent. You know, the people who are given the 3 talents. One was given 5, another one 2, another one 1. You know, the one with 5 went invested, came back with profit. The one with the, 2 also went invested and came up with profit. The one with 1 did not bring anything. And it is the one who had 5 and 2 who went and actively put their money in proper use. So number one and very significant, important perspective is having knowledge. Knowledge is very important. I tell people, opportunity falls on the lap of those people who have the knowledge, and when opportunity comes, because they are prepared, they take advantage of the opportunity, and once they take advantage, they activate their life and life happens. So the number one thing I know from my life, I want to share with you a story. A brother and a sister, that's our brother, I'm a good friend, Jojo, Uko and Judy, told me, Charles, you are so zealous and you have a skill, but you need to actively activate it by going back to school, sharpening your skills. Then an opportunity would come his way, and he gave me that opportunity, went back to university, studied, and that is how I became a mental health life coach, Bible-based. That's what I do. Number 2, I also had somebody, a friend of mine, Faris, one day, not Faris Mukuria, Faris Mukuria also told me, but a friend of mine, Gilbert Kimeng, told me, Bwana Charles, Pastor Charles, you have a lot of work, a lot of souls to take care of. But I think one important thing, you need to be a reader of books. And indeed, that's how I started reading books, and I formed a book reading club. And so those of us who receive my books and you never read, it is up to you. You don't activate your life. Then right now, currently retired, getting into business. Also intentionally, I've had to look for a friend who also retired but doing well in business, and that is Jarvis. Jarvis Akona has been giving me a lot of advice, a lot of instruction based on business, based on what I do, and anything he gives me, I also try to put into practice. Literally, activating your life with good company corrupts bad character. You become a good person. This is important, the people you work with. And so it is important, therefore, to also look. Now, I want to share with you a few pics of what I do. Last time I shared with you about my raised garden, and I told you that raised garden, indeed, truly, the vision was that when you train and put vegetables in there, what is that going to do? Indeed, the 100, 200 shillings that I've been putting in buying vegetables, once those particular crops, I will show you where we are at right now. We planted a few skuma wikis and spinach, and they're already growing. What is happening? Literally, that amount of money, I'm going to use it to save somewhere else to be able to take care of some project. Go back. Last time around, I did kind of landscaping in front of my house, and I was waiting for rain to put grass. As you speak, I think it's right behind me. I've already put grass right there, and that is a carpet grass and a little bit of trees in front of my house. And what happened, many times we think these things are very expensive. Activating your life is simply having a vision, having a dream, and when an opportunity comes, you do activate by planting. I've also planted some little trees in front of my house, and some of them go as little as 200 shillings, 70 shillings. Like the grass, I went just invested 1,200, and I brought somebody, we cut them together, put them, and activating. So in the future, in the near future, maybe in 1 or 2 years' time, I will be having grass somewhere to stay and to live and just to relax. The skuma wiki, I'll be having a garden where I'll be having that, and it will cut down on my cost. And activating your life is simply being intentional into the future. Many times we start blaming, oh, I don't have money, or I don't have. Not really. Where are you at? You might be thinking, I need to build a house, I need to buy a car, I need to buy. You got to go back and think, what do I need to do right now, indeed, in order to make that life happen? So the other thing that is very important, I was meeting a friend yesterday. And they asked, I'm really passionate. I want to make my life happen. I've retired. I want to start training, coaching. What do I do? I told that particular friend of mine that quickly the first thing you got to sharpen your skill, monetize your skill. How do you monetize your skill? Go back to school. After going back to school, then you indeed have the necessary papers. Invest in yourself. Once you do that, then you specialize. It is the specialization when you choose a particular field that you begin to monetize indeed your talent. If you're general, like general practitioner, what happens to you? You get general money, little money and there. And again, certification is very important in the current world. We have AI coming. We have all these things coming. But if you are a general practitioner in your life and you're giving general services, what will happen? You're paid less. But the moment you want to monetize your life and you want to make your life indeed earn that which you deserve, then you got to specialize. Specialization is identifying the exact field where you go to. And this is just about activating your life. Number 3, money. Having money is not being wealthy, not really. You can have all the money, but if you spend it, you will not keep it. And so indeed it is important, first of all, not to spend money, but to know how to indeed earn money and save money. The number one thing I tell people that I'm learning, a friend of mine, and that's again having good friend, Godfrey one day told me, Charles, listen, you are getting into business, and the first thing you must do is make sure that you save. How do you save? Give God what belongs to God, the 10%. Quickly after giving God the 10%, the first thing we think about is rent. The first thing we think about is people that we owe, but we forget about ourselves investing into our future. So what I am currently doing, any money I get, the 10% goes to God, the 10% goes into my saving, into the future. So thereafter, then I think about the other necessities. Then once you do that, in the next 10, in the next 5 years, what happened? You will have saved money to take care of yourself. So save wisely. Seek for a lot of friends. A friend who's wise, who knows investments, and once they advise you, please hang on to those advice. Seek a lot of knowledge, read a lot of books to seek to understand how to use money effectively. Very important. Number 3. Financial prosperity. Having money is not having wealth. Learn to know how to use money wisely. Do not just buy things for the sake of buying, and that's where knowledge comes in. That is where the direction, having a destination of where you're going to comes in. Bible talks about, indeed, I was poor, I was sick, you gave me, you helped me and all that. That is okay, giving to poor. But if you had 1 million, you give it out to the poor, what happens? So that 1 million is like called a seed money. Invest it. Know the right place to invest it. Once you invest it, then what the proceeds or the profits that come out of that, number 1, that's where you give tithe from. Number 2, that is where you begin to save money for yourself, the 10% for yourself. And number 3, you look for now how to help people. Now, in the tithe thing is where you go to make a decision that in the tithing, the 10%, how much do I give into the contribution for the church? And within the tithing, you can also make a decision to get money out of it to help the needy within the society, and that's how you do. And these are tips that currently I'm working on. I don't know where I will be, but I am very sure that when you have knowledge is very important. Knowledge about finances, knowledge about investment is very important. And so for you who has been watching my tips about exercise and you're not exercising, are you on medication? What is stopping you? Get out. Activate your life by going out one step at a time. The first days your muscle will ache. It is okay because your body is adjusting, and that adjustment is necessary. Thereafter, you pick slowly. At Coach Owede, thank you so much. If you need a lot of coaching and a bit of advice, please feel free to look for me. I'm on coachowede.org for all the videos are there. My telephone number 0724994066. That's a Kenyan line. For coaching on Bible-based psychology, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.